to another Class 66 Rocks loco review. Now you may be thinking, did I just hear him right? Did he say loco review? And yes, I did say loco review. Now, before I show you this model, I was going to actually show it you when I got the other version of this model, so then I could do a dual review with it being the same class of locomotive. But due to funding at the minute, and having a student loan to try and pay off, and just having loads of other things going in and out of my account each month, I'm trying to just balance the cash flow so that I've got enough for locomotives and enough so that I can carry on with my studies at college, as well as working part-time, which I feel like I'm doing 7 days a week recently, but I'm not doing 7 days a week. It just feels like that. So if you bear with me, then I'll able to show you the new locos as and when they arrive. I'm hoping to order one by the end of next week. It will be a HO scale one, but it's one that I really want, and I'm hoping just to get it and then I can get some English ones after that. But it all depends basically on money, etc. So with that bit of a summary out of the way, I'm sorry it was so long, I'll get on with the locomotive. So today we are looking at a Class 60 by Hornby. This version has DCC Sound. Now I was going to show you this when I got the 100 of Who version, but I thought I haven't done a loco review in ages, and this was the only one on the layout that hadn't had a review to it. So I thought I might as well just review it. I mean, I haven't got the box to this particular loco anymore, as I've had it about 2 to 3 years now. I had it from Hatton's Model Railways in Liverpool at the time, but I thought I'm going to have to show it you, and just do the 100 of Who separate as and when I can afford it. So let's start off with the front of the locomotive. So this is the front of the locomotive, and as you can see we have sprung loaded buffers which are rectangular in shape. On the top here we've got 2 horns. Now you have to be careful then, because sometimes they tend to move about and come away, as it's happened on another Class 60 model which I've had, but I've since repaired them. As we can see here, we've got very detailed window wipers just above the windows here. Now unfortunately the Hornby models don't have drivers in them, but I don't think I'll be putting one in just yet. So, oops, the camcorder just went a bit fuzzy there for some reason. So here we can see we've got the number 60048, and we also have the headlights and the tail lights on here. So obviously when it's going back the tail lights will glow red, and when it's running forward the directional lighting will light up white. So as you can see, I have fitted some detailing and pipework just to the front end here. So, and the camcorder's just gone fuzzy again. I'll just make sure my zoom's fully out, which it is. So now let's take a look at the side of the loco. So we'll start at the front, and as we can see here we've got metal handrails, which is a really nice touch, and I think that it is on the Class 60, so they're absolutely awesome. And here we've got the see-through fan surrounding the engine. Now I have seen the real life Class 60 in DB Schenker livery at Peak Forest in Buxton, Derbyshire, so I managed to get a close look at these, and they're absolutely outstanding, and Hornby get the detail just right on these models. You cannot fault it at all, but that is just excellent. So moving across now, we can see it's in EWS maroon, and here we have the number, which is 60048 or 60048, whichever way you want to pronounce it or look at it. And as we can see here, it is called Eastham. Now the other version, which is DCC Sound, has the nameplate the 100 of Who, or is it just 100 of Who? But it doesn't really matter. So moving along now, we can see we've got another lovely etched grill effect just there. And also, if we move further across, we can see again, we've got metal handrails here, as well as the English, Welsh and Scottish Three Dragons Beastie logo. Now, I'm not too sure whether these vary on different models, but some Class 60s do have the Beastie logo on the side here, but I can't remember which EWS livery that was in. Now, the wheel set, before I move on to the other side, has 6 wheels on either bogie, which are there and here. Now, as we can see here, we can have the night light, not the night lights, the lighting switched between day use and night use with this little white switch here, but we're going to leave it on day because that's when the loco mainly runs during the day. And as you can see, Hornby have also put a DCC fitted label just there, but this model is fitted and does have DCC sound, and if you do have it, then you'll agree with me that it's an absolutely outstanding model. So now let's move to the back of the locomotive. Now, I have to say this loco is quite heavy and it has got a similar weight to that of Helgen, so I don't really want to drop the locomotive at all, but I think the heavier they are, the better haulage power they've got, so I highly recommend this class of loco to you if you're interested in buying it. So now onto the back of the locomotive, and again we have got the air horns just here on the top, or horns. Very detailed window wipers above the windows here. Again down here we've got the headlight sets and the number of the locomotive, and again we've got sprung loaded buffers. You'll also see that I have fitted an NEM coupling to the back here, as this is the end that the loco pulls with, as it just pulls in one direction. So turning around to the other side now, we can see it's exactly the same. We've got metal handrails here and here. We've got the number of the locomotive there, which is 60048, and the name, Eastern. Now, if anybody knows what Eastern actually is, please could you leave your comments below. I'd be interested to find out, as I'm not too sure what it is. Moving across again, we can see we've got the EWS logo, and the EWS colour scheme and their locos are absolutely fantastic, and I do still see them up and down, along with DB, Schenker, etc. But you just cannot beat the smartness of these locomotives. They're just so amazing. So now let's take a look at the roof section. So starting with the front here, we can see we've got etched grill effects over the top half of the roof section here, which is absolutely outstanding. Moving across, we can vaguely see all the rivets here along the roof, and you can actually feel them as well, and it just makes a nice touch to the model to have these on, and it makes it really authentic at the same time. Now, I'm not too sure what this part is, but if you do know, please leave your comments below. I'm guessing it's something to do with the engine and fumes coming out or something. I'm not too sure, might be totally wrong actually. So moving along a bit further now, we can see there's not much difference around this area. But that's it basically. The Hornby Class 60 60048 Eastern in EWS livery with DCC Sound by Hornby.